Good afternoon, Kaja. How are you? Yeah, I can't hear you on your volume, so you got to turn on your mic.
Hello.
You're muted.
Hi, good evening.
Good evening, Kaja. How are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I was having a conversation with Andre, and I want to know how to pronounce your name. Khadijatu.
Good job. Yes, you almost sound like my father.
And where's the origin of that name? What does it mean?
West African, Liberian. It means love, beauty, and intelligence.
West Africa is not a country.
Yeah, Liberia. I said Liberia, and it means love, beauty, and intelligence.
Love, unity, and intelligence.
Beauty.
Love, beauty, and intelligence.
Yes.
All of that in one name.
Yes, my parents. It's my parents.
So which part of the name is love? Which part is beauty? Which one is intelligence?
I think they're all in one.
All in one?
Yes.
Yes, I believe you.
Yeah.
Correct.
All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, you join us right here on the Village Talk Show. I'm here with Kaja Lindsay, who is a fitness and health specialist. And we're going to spend some time today, maybe about 15, 20 minutes, talking about your health and what it is that you have to do. So join us thank you for joining us right here in the Village. Kaja, welcome to the Village.
Thank you for having me.
Right. It's all about the community, empower the community to do what they have to do to live a healthy, safe, and financially capable life, right? Through education. Yeah. So let's educate. Let's start the education. Tell us a little bit about yourself. Tell the audience a little bit about yourself.
Well, my name is Kaja Lindsay. I am the founder and CEO and creator of ENsyde LLC, which is a health and wellness product-based business that was birthed out of the place of my pain and my experience battling multiple sclerosis. So that's how I was birthed. I am a mother. I am a wife. I am a child of the King. I am a lover of all things health and wealth and God. What would you like to know?
I thought you were going to stop at I am a lover. And then kumbaya. I thought that's where you were going to stop. But, all right. You know, so I just want to be clear. You pause for a moment right there, and they say, "Oh, my husband is listening."
Yes. Maybe.
Lucky man. That's all I can say.
All of them things. She's all of those things in one, right?
Amen.
You know, I hear you, Kaja. I hear you.
So, Kaja, can you tell us how we can get to the level where you're at?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Can you, as the kids would say, can you give us some science or some knowledge so we can be at your level?
And which level are we referring to here?
Not the lover part, the health part.
Okay.
That's a little bit about.
I'm talking about all parts.
John. Well, you could include that too, but go back and
don't pay them no mind about that.
Okay, all right, Dr. J.
Start from the beginning. Where are we at?
Okay. Well, I was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis, and back in February of 2013. After like a whole year battle back and forth from specialist to specialist, doctor to doctor, trying to figure out what was going on with me. I had numbness, weakness, tingling, double vision, and my hands are cramping, and just like, what the heck is going on? They're working me too hard, so I didn't know what was going on. So fast forward, like I said, from doctor to doctor, specialist to specialist. I went to the hand center. They tested my muscles. They didn't find anything. They said I needed to talk to a shrink. So many wrong, answers and responses. And then one day I woke up, and this is all a really fast forward version. The numbness has shifted from my right arm and hand, from my chest down to the soles of my feet. And I'm just like, all right, Lord, if you're going to take me out, just make sure my kids is good and my husband don't marry his ex, And, And so I was like, and I went to see a neurologist because one of the specialists did recommend I should see a neurologist. And then that's when we finally got answers. And they saw the white matter disease in my brain and the lesions. They ordered, of course, MRIs and tests like that. And they saw the lesions on my spine and the white matter disease in my brain. And I was more relieved, like, okay, finally answers. I knew I wasn't crazy, And I didn't realize I didn't know anything about multiple sclerosis, MS, So I'm like, all right, let's go. What's next? Let's get this treatment. What's up? They like, yeah, there's no cure for this. I'm like, what are you talking about? Just medication to slow the progression of the illness.
Kaja, do you have to get fusion and
Infusion treatments? Yes. Yes.
A good friend of
Infusions.
mine, she has multiple sclerosis, and
Twice. And that's all new, because I went through medications on this journey. I think I went through about 3 medications. And that's at one point I stopped. I just was like, you know what, I'm done. I was about 100. I lost 100 pounds during this journey. I mean, this is, like I said, this is all jumbled into this short story. I started juice and detox and do smoothies, and I just decided I'm taking the health back into my hands. I did a lot of research. Research is key with anything you're doing. You want to research, you want to, see what's out there and know what's best for you. So I did a lot of research and a lot of experimenting, and I found the green smoothie to be effective for me. And detoxing and doing green smoothies, I lost 100 pounds.
What kind of smoothie was that? Gray smoothie?
Green.
The
Have
color.
one for dinner now. Yes.
Okay, let me see.
I love green smoothies.
What's it? I need to have some green smoothies too.
Yes, you do. They're really good.
No, I seriously need to have them because I said I'm iron deficient.
Oh, wow. So yeah, you definitely should have a smoothie.
So tell me about the smoothie. What should go in the smoothie?
So I start with my base of spinach. Spinach and kale are my favorite bases. And then you do a mixture of fruits. I have like peaches, mangoes. Peaches, mangoes. I love apple skins for the fiber. Peaches, mangoes are my favorite. What else comes in there? Papaya. You can get a mixture of fruits. They have antioxidant ones, which are all the berries, the blueberries. So yeah, you just research what's best for you, honestly. And I add sea moss gel to mine as well as
sea moss, the famous sea moss.
Yes, I love sea moss. It helped save my life, basically.
All right. Sure. So tell us. Well, we're gonna come back to that, but tell us a little bit more. Like, so where are you now in the process of MS? And MS is a very debilitating, degenerative disease.
Yes, my symptoms are like under control. Like I said, when I changed my lifestyle. When I first started, I lost, I think, about 80 pounds in the first about, I believe it was like 8 months. The weight just like melted off of me. I started following Dr. Sabi. I followed him heavy. Are you guys familiar with Dr. Sabi? Yes, I follow his.
I mean, you could talk about it a little bit, but are you familiar with Dr. Sabi?
No, I'm not familiar with Dr. Sabi.
Yes. Oh man, he's a health guru. Like he was awesome in his craft. His legacy still lives on. So I follow his nutritional guide, and that's very strict. If the earth didn't make it, don't you take it, is his saying. Like, if the earth didn't make it, don't you take it.
I like that.
Exactly. And if
don't take it.
Exactly. If it's seedless, leave it alone, and I still ascribe to that. Make sure your fruits have seeds and everything. Even the word tells us God gave us every seed bearing plant for us to eat, for health and healing to our bones. So following Sabi's plan really changed my life. That's where the weight literally melted off. I didn't even add in fitness. That's all basically new for me.
Got you. So you were telling us, so I was asking where you are now. So you lost the weight.
Yes.
How about these tingling? She said
I lost a total of 100 pounds.
All right. So, which is pretty awesome. You're looking
Thank
good.
you.
Looking excellent. So tell us, healing, move your head a little bit to the left, right?
My left.
I mean, the logo
to the background. You move to the right, totally to the left.
Healing from,
inside out.
Yes.
From
inside is Earth's natural side. The E and the N in ENsyde stands for Earth's natural side.
Okay. So you have a special spelling? Is that a West African spelling of the word side?
Yeah, the unique.
Yeah, I got you.
So my little flair.
The woman over your left shoulder is whom?
That's me. Oh, that's me. Cooking with God. That's my YouTube channel where I'm gonna throw on some videos of, my journey and things like that.
Okay. So interesting. So you basically talk to people about your eating habits, right? And how that would promote better living.
For sure. And detoxifying the body and putting the right things in there. For sure.
So when you talk about detoxifying the body, what do you mean by that?
Using herbs. Herbs. I sell tamarind ginger tea. Tamarind is a natural laxative. Yes, it's really
as in the little West Indian fruit that comes in a little seed thing like that.
Yes,
but leaf.
No, it's more. Yes, the pod. It's a pod, and you peel it. Yeah.
Right.
Yes. Yes, I sell that. I use that as well. That's a great natural detox, and herbs.
So how do you? Tell us about the preparation. Like, just tell us about the preparation of the detoxes, so people need to know how to detox, what to do. What are we doing? What do you say detox, and what does that mean? What does that look like?
Okay, so there's lots of ways you can detox. You could detox, by just detoxing mean cutting out like fats, fried foods, sugary foods, the junks, candy, cakes, processed foods. You just leave that stuff alone. Like, if you want to live, my slogan is eat to live again. So we're eating to find new life. That's what I found with this diagnosis. I found new life for myself. So detoxifying the body is staying away from the junks, your fried foods, your processed food, eating more whole foods, and yes, and using natural products to cleanse your system, which are my herbs, that I use in my colon cleanse, which is unique blend of herbs. Some is Casa Sagrada, rhubarb root, wormwood, lots of different herbs.
I mean, basically, Kaja, it's like going back to the land.
Exactly.
From once we were made from dust.
Exactly.
And it's going back to the land, but we just get caught up with the whole, life is so fast, and we don't have time to sit down and eat a proper meal, go to the supermarket.
And prepare a meal. Yes.
Prepare things like that.
Yeah.
So I think, it's more of understanding that, it's so true. You are what you eat.
Yes, you are.
What we consume are things that really put toxins in our body.
Yes.
And unless we detox and get those pollutants out of our body, at that point in time, it's going to trigger the bacteria and other things that can create these diseases, underlying conditions that exist. They exist in our bodies, but we trigger them by what we put into our bodies.
Exactly.
And it's something we talk about food deserts in minority communities, the lack of
gardens,
plant-based ingredients and foods. You go to a Whole Foods or organic. I mean, the prices are so expensive, but at the same time, we need to provide an opportunity for people in our communities to get those items, because now you see what happens now with communities that are gentrifying. I went into I went to the store right up here on Avenue D and Utica Avenue, and now usually they're selling sandwiches, but I saw a whole salad bar going on, because neighborhoods are changing and people are understanding the importance of your health,
exactly,
longevity. But most of all, people have it has come to the forefront.
Awakening.
It has been awakening with COVID.
Yes, wake up call.
It was a wake up call as to the underlying conditions that permeate through our communities and our societies that truly have an impact on people of color.
Yes, you hit the nail right on the head, and that's very important. I also like to teach people eating healthy does not have to be expensive. You can go to your local produce junction, your local farmer's market, and you can get produce and straight from people's gardens. You can create I have a friend that created her own garden in the backyard. Like, they would like my children and my husband like to create a garden here. I just don't like dirt and stuff, so they can do all that and I could just eat from it. But no, my mom also has a garden, at home and things like that. So that's very important. But it's not expensive to be healthy. You don't have to go to Whole Foods. Trader Joe's sells the same things, and it's not as expensive as Whole Foods.
I got you. One of our audience is just reaching out, letting you know that this is excellent what you're talking about, and one person also said that you are what you eat. Tell us a little bit more about the physical side.
I was just about to ask her about that, because we have to talk about health and working out. You got to help me, sis.
Yes. So after I lost all the weight and everything like that, I was like, okay, I'm still like weak, and I know that's because the lack of the physical, the exercise part, right? So I knew I needed to get myself back in the gym, but also knew I wanted to be able to coach people along the way. So I went during the quarantine, I got my certification and became a certified health coach with the Institute for Integrative Nutrition online. And so I did that, and I got myself a gym membership, and I've been in the gym and I have a personal trainer now who's actually helping me to get my, to work with me specifically, knowing, the MS diagnosis is on my record because I do not claim any sicknesses in my body, but he's working with me and been strengthening my body. And that's major. Exercise is major, for your mental, for your strength. So I think everyone, even, before that, sorry to jump all over, I started doing walks with my husband. We did family walks during the quarantine when we were on shutdown. Okay, we're going to take walks around the neighborhood. Walking, you can walk yourself well. You can walk yourself healthy. Get a pedometer, count your steps. You want to up your steps, challenge yourself. They even have walking YouTube videos. You can walk in your living room. You want to get some movement. You start small. You start at home. Activity is very important. It's very important.
Now, you mentioned you're a health coach. Can you explain that a little bit more for those who don't know?
So health coach is someone that it's like an advocate, someone who is like a best friend, someone that holds you an accountability partner, that has the education and the resources and the tools, to encourage you to, stay in line with your goals and hold you accountable. We check in, we have meetings, just to make sure you stay accountable to your goals.
And so let's just go back. One of the things I tell people all the time, that when they're doing activity, like I have friends who say, "Oh, I walk a lot of work," and I keep reminding these people that that's not exercising. Right. It's good that you're walking at work, right? But it's not exercising. And I keep explaining to people that exercising means a sustained activity that changes your heart rate over a short period of time. People don't understand that. What does that mean? Right. So, and the other thing, and I'm going to make a general statement. What I find when I go to the gym is I don't find a lot of people of color in the gym. Right.
It depends on what gym you go to.
No, it doesn't matter what gym.
My gym, I have plenty of people of color.
No, if the gym is in a completely black neighborhood, then obviously you're going to see more black people in the gym than whites. When you talk about that just goes without saying.
I think I disagree with that. It depends.
Doc, I totally disagree.
Yeah, because
wait, hold on, because I go to the gyms.
Oh,
what gym you go to? Where you go?
All right. The other thing that I don't see is a lot of. Well, you might see the younger generation of people of color, but you don't see people in their 40s and 50s.
Oh, I just agree with you with that. You're going to the wrong gym, baby.
I disagree. I'm with you.
So even like the Planet Fitness that's on Rockaway Boulevard, Rockaway Ave.
Go to Blink on Flatlands between 91st and 92nd, and you will see.
I go to hardcore, baby.
I don't say that.
You go to Brooklyn Sports Club.
No,
you see.
It's not there.
Are you kidding me? When the last time you've been to Brooklyn Sports Club? When the last time you've been there?
You guys are funny.
Okay, thank you.
So again, my observation at the gym,
which is poor observation.
I agree, because he's too busy watching people instead of working out. Get focused, Roderick.
No, I'm just saying. My producer's like he's right.
Yeah, producer wrong too.
Right.
Exactly.
Because
going the wrong places.
It's not the wrong places. I'm telling you, especially, I'm saying to you, you can say whatever you want, right? But Joanne, let's put you on the spot. When was the last time you went to the gym?
I went to the gym on Saturday, actually. I was supposed to go today. No. Listen, I was supposed to go today, but I've been working with my daughter. So I'll be going tomorrow, Saturday, and Sunday.
So you work out, right?
Yes.
Okay. Let's look at the stats when you go to the gym. Where do you go to the gym?
Generally? I go to LA Fitness around in my neighborhood.
That's in East New York, right?
No.
I live in Philly.
You live in Philly?
Yes.
All right.
My gym is full of black people.
Yeah, because where you are is neighborhood. Look at the numbers, is what I'm saying.
Okay.
Have you gone to a gym that's in a more middle class neighborhood?
The one my husband goes to is one of those neighborhoods.
What does the population look like?
There are a lot of African Americans there as well.
Kaja, tell them again. Tell them again.
Yes, I disagree.
Okay, that's fine. You're entitled to disagree.
And seniors as well. They have a whole swimming class that seniors love at my gym.
I do see that. So I can tell you right now, in my family, it's primarily women.
Mm-hmm.
They do walk. They do physical activities, right?
Mm-hmm.
But they don't go to the gym.
I understand where you're coming from. That's the same with my family.
So Joanne, Dr. Bryant, look at the members in, because always people always like, oh yeah, I see this. Look at the people in your family. Go back and see the people in your family and say, would you say a larger percentage of them go to the gym or not? Because that's how you start looking at numbers. Because you go back to the gym.
No. Here's the thing. You cannot use apples. That's not a good comparison. Here's the thing.
How are you using apples?
I'm going to break it down to you. A large percentage of my family, like the older folks, I have family members who's in their 90s, their 80s. But guess what? They're very active and they go back and forth back to their country. They're walking.
That's not going to the gym.
That is active. No. That's active. They're very active. We're going to
agree to disagree on this one.
So, yes, we will disagree. My dad goes to the gym here and there,
my question to you wasn't whether or not everybody might step foot in the gym. That's not the question I asked you. Mm-hmm. The question is, because they go back and forth to Haiti or back and forth to Jamaica, they go back and forth to Guyana, West Africa, doesn't mean that
it doesn't have to be in a gym for them to work out.
Again, the question
you can work from home.
Yeah.
Right?
So
that's not the question that I asked you.
Mm-hmm.
I asked you, and I have to go back to Kaja, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's about her. The question that I asked you was, when you look at your family members, how many of them are active?
Okay.
In terms of
many.
Roger,
You switch your question because I mentioned to you that even though they do not go to the gym, especially elderly folks, if they're 80s and 90s, they're not going to the gym, but they're very active. They're walking, they're carrying things, they're doing things, they're exercising. So you need to.
That's not exercising. That's just being active. That's not exercise.
Which is great. Which is still great for the body.
They're doing something that's been a couch potato, but it's not. Again, exercising is.
So here it is.
Hold on. Mm-hmm. Exercising is doing a physical activity
for a sustained period of time.
Over a short period of time.
So climbing hills is not exercising. Okay, so that's part of it. In the Caribbean island, there's plenty of hills for you to climb.
But that doesn't mean that.
So.
Oh, all right, never mind.
In addition to that, swimming is another component.
Roger, hold on, Roger. Let the doctor answer. Let the doctor finish her answer.
I was gonna say I don't want to take Khadijah's time. That's why I was. But go ahead, Doc.
Khadijah, we go back and forth like this because the thing is, I can agree to disagree with him because you can't just make assumptions. Yes, I understand the gyms you go to. I went to plenty of gyms, and I lived in areas that was predominantly mixed, and we had a good amount of African American in there.
Yes.
Of Black folks in there. So please do not say, oh, you don't see them. I do see them.
Okay.
And thank you.
It was a generalization. Yes.
Dancing too. Mm-hmm.
So here, to your point, Joanne, Barbara wrote this. People need to know that HMOs are support, that your health insurance will support freedom membership, right? So people need to utilize that. I know that some people because if you stay healthy, you don't have to go to the doctors often. And
exactly.
And
great point.
That's one lesson that people need to understand. If I stay healthy, I don't have to go to the doctor as much and pay all this money, right?
Exactly.
So that's important. Oh, Doc, you were
I
saying.
want to ask a question in regards to staying healthy and everything and exercising, and how does that affect you overall? How do you feel? How does that affect the MS in regards to that before and after you started exercising? So it's
Um,
only the eating, but also the exercising. How was it before and after? Can you give us an example?
yes. So when I first began, I could say it was more challenging in the beginning because my body had to learn to adjust to this new normal. You understand what I'm saying? My body was used to not being in that state as he spoke of, with the elevated heart rate, which you are really doing effective work. So my body tried to respond like, oh, what's this? What's going on? So for me, it's more of a mental thing. And I have to remind myself in the beginning, like, okay, this isn't going to control me. I'm going to control it. So I'm going to get a handle on my activity, my exercising, and that provides me thus more energy. I'm stronger. My family and friends have noticed my gait because also had like what is it, unsteady gait, balance issues. That is becoming better. My walking, my steps can go further. You know what I mean? I can go further now, more distance. I used to use a cane and everything. Not too long ago, I had and I was like, all right, if I got, it's going to be a pink cane. I had me a fly pink cane because I needed a cane to walk some years ago. I'm so serious. I was like, okay. And I even wanted a knife to be able to shoot up from the bottom, but thank God I never had to get to that point. Down here, you're not gonna try to take me. Some
Well,
mason
you've been
stuff.
watching Get Smart too much.
Listen, seriously. But thank God I didn't have to, none of that had to happen. So God is good. So, but for real, I've seen an improvement in my energy level, my stamina, my gait, even, cognitively. There's so many health benefits to as you guys were speaking of, just exercising and being active.
Kaja, do you contribute a lot of that to not only what you eat, but to your mindset, your
For sure.
your mental, your mental stability, your just your ability to push your body based upon your mindset.
Yes.
Understanding that this is what I'm going to conquer.
Yes.
Because I was reading a book by David Goggin. He says, "You can't hurt me." Meaning he was a Navy SEAL who became an ultra marathoner, meaning that he runs 100-mile marathons. And when he started out, he was pre-diabetic. He weighed close to 300 pounds.
Wow.
And he wanted to become a Navy SEAL.
Wow.
And he always said that sometimes when your body fails you, you can kick it. Your mind can push you to places where you never thought your body could go.
Oh my God, I can so relate to that book. That is definitely, I'll tell everyone, first, it's a mental battle first. People always say, oh, can you please talk to my daughter? Oh she has this ailment. She needs to get herself together. I said, okay, where's she at mentally? It's a mental battle first. You have to conquer the mind. You can conquer the mind. You can conquer anything. You change your mind. The word even tells us we have to be renewed in our minds first. So that's what I ascribe to. Everything starts in the mind. I saw myself well. I saw myself healed. I saw myself fit. I saw myself off of these medications. Like they told me this would be my portion for the rest of my life. And I said, I don't receive that. I don't accept that. I just refuse. I refuse to accept that. If you allow that to get into your mental, this is how people are, every day are battling or going through because they accept this. You have to, as you spoke on, you have to decide in your mind, I'm going to overcome this. I am an overcomer. I am an MS advocate. I'm an advocate for all things health and wellness. So that is very important. You have to conquer yourself first. And I knew I wanted to be around for my kids. I knew I wanted to be around, like I don't want to be in a wheelchair. I'm too fly. Like I need to be a mental battle.
A lot of people, Kaja, they tend to, when you get a diagnosis of such magnitude, a lot of people, you're first, you're depressed, but then, let me get it together and let me move forward.
Yes.
Because like anything else, there's obstacles that go up and down. And can you just explain to our listeners, how you were able to deal with some of those peaks and
valleys?
along your journey?
Hills and valleys is what I call them, the hills and valleys, because that is very real. It's very important to allow yourself to feel. You know, you our apostles used to say all the time, you cannot heal what you do not allow yourself to feel. You cannot heal what you don't feel. And that not even just in reference to someone else, but yourself. Like, how can I begin a healing process if I'm not even allowing myself to experience my emotions and be present with and acknowledge it and be present with my emotions? I definitely went through those battles. I definitely had my hills and my valleys, my highs and my low moments. You know, I did a lot of journaling. I did a lot of writing. And that's where I also found a lot of freedom. So that is very real. You know, it's very real. What did you ask me exactly? Can I speak to it? Like,
Yeah, your peaks and valleys. How did you overcome those peaks and valleys to
prayer.
get where you're at this point in time?
A lot of prayer, a lot of meditation, a lot of writing, journaling. You have to get it out. I don't know who you ascribe to or believe in, but Jesus is the healer in my eyes. So I'm crying out to Jesus. I'm trying out, you know, you go through the motions, you allow yourself to feel, and you get yourself together. And yes, there are hills and valleys. And that's like I say, you allow yourself to feel and you create a plan, you execute it, you know. But there also has to be a desire. You really have to. You have to get to the place where you want this. You understand what I'm saying? Like, you really have to want it.
And I guess, you know, your husband and your children were very instrumental
For sure.
in helping you along that journey. And it's always good to, when you have that partner, to be beside you.
Yeah, for sure.
And support you. That's why it's so important that we understand that through any situation or through any obstacles that we go through, I always remember two things, because the obstacles and the situations that I've went through is, you know, two important things: faith and family.
Yes.
How they are the key to bolster you when times gets rough.
Yes, for sure.
I look at you and I can see that you're the epitome of those two characteristics, those 2 points.
Yes.
That you have and your family.
For sure. I'll definitely add in friends as well.
I mean, loyal friends.
No, for sure. Oh, trust me, I only have a handful, seriously, that really understand. They were with me in the trenches. They were on the ground crying out with me to the Lord. You understand? Like, you know, as well as my leaders, you know, praying for me, praying with me, walking me through this, you know. Yeah, so that's your support system is very key. And if you don't have it, guess what? There are hundreds of groups, support groups, because not everyone has support. You know, not everyone has that friends and family or church members and things like that. You know, but there are lots of support groups out there as well.
That is true.
You know, you touched on it. So tell us a little. Let's go back to the healthy eating, right? Mm-hmm. You talk about you do your juicing. Can you give us some examples of what you juice for specific, or you might have an idea now that you're a health coach to help people along who want to know, not just because everybody knows eat fiber, everybody knows have fruits, right? But sometimes it's what am I doing it for? And how does it help me to sustain a healthy lifestyle? So you're talking about juicing, but why should I juice?
I prefer smoothies over juicing.
Well, whatever, whichever terminology you want to use, but people like, and you hear someone say, I can't survive in a smoothie. So
yes, you can. You can add some oatmeal, add some sea moss, get your 92 minerals in there, and you're giving your body the fuel that it needs. You know, once again, education is the number one. That's also where I come in, trying to empower the community, empower them, educate them. You know, you have to help them shift their mindset on food, because a lot of times we eat for taste. We're not eating to sustain. We're eating for taste. You know, we're eating. You know, we eat with our eyes first. You know, honestly. But you can add oats to make it more filling. Your sea moss gels help it be more filling and sustaining. But I prefer smoothies because the juicing, it gets rid of the fiber. Like that's a lot of wasted pulp. You know, you can thus make a soup with it. I've known people that make soups with their fiber, but why do all that? Just get a blender, a nice blender, get all your fiber in there, which is great to move your bowels, you know, and you get all your nutrients all at once. But I would definitely just recommend, what I say is do 80-20. You want to have 80% more vegetables are like plant-based items, and you have like your starches and your meats, because not everyone's a vegan or flexitarian. I'm sorry, I say I'm a flexitarian, a vegan or a vegetarian.
What's that flexitarian? What's that?
Yeah. Explain that.
So it's like you flex. Like I eat chicken and fish. In our house, we eat chicken and fish, and it's just wild caught fish only. Antibiotic, steroid-free chicken. Like ever since I started on my whole health journey, my husband was mad, like, oh my God, because now he's looking at reading the back of packages like, oh my gosh. When you start learning these things, you look at that nutritional facts, it changes. Once again, education. You see what's in there.
There's a dish, I like stew peas.
Mm-hmm.
I love stew peas.
Joanne promised him some.
Yeah, that's like a Caribbean dish.
Me some. Okay, remember that.
That's a Caribbean dish.
Yes.
It sounds like something my Jamaican godmom makes.
Yes, that's exactly.
Yes. So yeah, you just want to make sure if you're going to eat it, I always say, just make sure it's try to your best, get free range, vegetarian fed diet meats, eat clean. Just eat clean, because unfortunately these animals have cancers and tumors and stuff like that, and they're just cutting them up and shoving them right into the stores, into our communities. And thus what's in them is getting into us. And thus we have little babies, young girls getting their menstrual early, all these issues that is stemming from, as you spoke on earlier, John, what we're putting in our bodies.
Mm-hmm.
So just try to eat clean.
I love that.
Talk about the balance between physical exercise and health. Why does an individual need to have that balance in order to help? I might not get to where you are, but at least start moving the process towards that success is not just spoken, it is done. What are you doing to be successful, right? That part of the village's motto, like success is not just spoken, it is done. Mm-hmm. So when you talk about that healthy balance, why should people listen to what you're saying?
Well, I always say I'm a walking testament of what I speak and of my products. I'm a walking miracle, honestly. I should have been in a wheelchair, according to my doctors. I shouldn't be here. Some say, consistent with the lesions that are on my brain and my spine. But once again, we can change our lives by what we do, what we put in our bodies. And I think the physical part is very important. Even for me, as I said, with the weakness, I now have more strength. I now have more energy. I now can do more. You understand? So that's very important. It's very important to have a healthy balance between the two. And even losing all the weight, and not mind you, I'm nowhere near where I want to be, but I've come a long way. So I'm definitely not, no one goal. I'm not going to say that, but you know what I mean? Like we're all striving, to get to a certain place, and I'm still striving. I still have goals and things that I want to achieve in terms of my own, body and things like that. But I've come a long way. I wish I should have had some pictures to show you all. But if you go on my Instagram, you'll see some pictures of me, some old pictures. And I've come a nice way.
So Kaja, the whole family has adopted this healthy lifestyle.
They didn't have a choice.
They didn't have a choice.
Yeah.
They're on the journey with you.
You're right. Oh my gosh.
They're definitely on a journey with me.
What about the ex-wife? She's on the journey too?
Oh, there's no ex-wife, ex-girlfriend.
Ex-girlfriend. She's on the journey too?
Listen, she's not a factor. She's not a factor, Roger. Okay?
No one's a factor. Why?
Can y'all see this?
Yeah, put it a little bit more. Put it a little more. Other way. Yeah, right there. Let me blow it up a little.
Oh yeah.
Guys, okay. Okay, so
go, girl.
I wasn't even at my biggest. Oh, I'm sorry.
You go.
So
Thank you.
I do have a question though, because this always bothers me. Oh, that's the picture. That's the picture in the background. So let me ask you a question. Let's go back. Kaja, I have a question. Every time I see these diet pictures and these changing weight, right? The hairstyles are different. What's
Listen, I changed my hair so much. But us African American women, we could do that.
That's
we
right.
Okay.
But it's
when women change her hair, she about to change her life. My whole life changed.
So go back and look at so I was like this have this one with the pill, right? I said if you change the pill overnight, you take it overnight, you lose. I don't know if it's true or false. I'm not saying that. But when they look at the before and after picture, it's always the woman has her hair up in a bun. And then when she gets out and she loses all this weight, the hair is down, the makeup is on, and she's hot and bothered, right?
She's still herself.
But before she's like a scrub. What's going on?
listen, you feeling yourself. You find a new confidence. You see, my hair was orange. Like, I really was feeling myself. I was like, you know what? I'm cutting my hair. I'm doing this new. I had a whole haircut and my hair grows like crazy. Like, so I had orange hair, red hair. Listen, I'm feeling myself. The skin is glowing. Like, I mean, that's just what it's just new life.
You know, that's conscious. That's new. It's the new life, the new mindset that all helps you deal with the struggles that you may face. Saying, yeah, I know I can do it. I'm gonna keep pushing, keep moving, keep pushing. And don't have to worry about no X thing. I'm the original. I am the original. Ain't got to worry about anything else. It might have been before, but there's no after. You know why I brought that conversation up though, Kaja, very importantly, and John touched on it a little bit, and we talked about it earlier. But the mental mind, the mindset.
That's the biggest one. You tackle that mind, you could tackle anything. Yeah,
and then it changes how you feel about yourself because you're a significant accomplishment. It's kind of like, if I can do this, then I can do this. You know, like it builds a certain level of personal inner growth.
Exactly.
Right? In people. So
exactly. That's major. I've influenced my mother, my sister. Like, the family is now coming into a line. They see the change. It's like, oh, okay, you know what? You know, I need to do something about this. Yeah. So
I have to add that you're I love this conversation we're having, because not only are you a role model for your children, but you're a role model for those that you come across.
Yes.
Because even though you're fighting this, you know, you're not claiming it. You're changing mindset, you're educating people, and you're saying, hey, you know what? It's not going to beat me. You know, I'm beating it. And in the process, I'm educating myself and others on, if you come across any challenges, that's what you need to do. You will hills and all of that, mountains and hills, but you know, still keep going. Sure. And you know what? We embrace that. We really embrace that. And knowing that, you know what? You need family, like John says, family, faith, and friends.
And Kaja, you know what else you need?
What?
They all know.
Don't you dare. Don't pay him no mind. Don't pay him
herbs. The herbs.
You talking about me? Okay.
I was wondering.
We need the herbs.
Say that again, Roger.
Tell them we need the herbs.
Yes, we need my herbs.
Herbs.
Marijuana
is a natural herb too.
My herbs.
That's your herb. I got you. Oh, John, you heard that? Her herbs.
Yes.
Marijuana. See, she's like,
no. My herbal detox. That's what you need.
Don't pay no mind to them.
My herbal detox.
So, again, move a lityour again to your yes. So you have sorrel, sea moss, elderberry. What's the elderberry elixir? Is that what?
Yeah, the elderberry elixir. Elderberry elixir. Man, it's great for viruses, infections. It's just something we take like every day in my household. It builds up your immune system as well. Yeah, it prevents a lot of things. Oh, thank you. I'm sorry, reading the comments. Cholesterol is great for digestive health. I have people taking it no longer on their allergy medications. So yeah, I get testimonials like all the time. It's helping someone with something different. Elderberry
elixir. Mm-hmm. I need to. Elderberry elixir. Oh my. For allergies, you said, right?
Yes, digestive health is for everything. Infections. I had people getting the sea moss and the elderberry during their times. Family members and
we can get that from you. COVID. You can provide us with those things, right?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
All right. So make sure we get your information, because I definitely would like to.
For sure.
Partake.
You know, and I'll buy one for the doctor too. You know.
Okay.
But make sure with the doctor you put a little edibles there. No, Doc? Some edibles? Lighten up a little?
No edibles. Thank you. I pass.
Can we put hold on. Wait. Can we put a little Jamaican rum in there at least?
But remember, Kaja said plant-based.
Yes.
Remember, Doc. Plant-based.
Not your marijuana plant.
But the marijuana part, the cannabis is good for pain.
I know. There's a lot of people that use it. Honestly, they offer me a medicinal card. I just decline. I'm okay. I've been there, done
You
that
know
in my
what's-
younger days, and I don't want to go back.
Hey, you're still young to me.
Thank you. I feel young.
Amen. Amen.
All right.
I'll be 36 on Sunday, so this is my birthday weekend.
Oh, really?
Hold on. What is that?
Gemini.
Yeah, Gemini.
Oh,
Yes.
Gemini in the house. That's how we
Yes.
do it.
Hey.
Gemini, baby. You got it, dog. That's how we do
All
it.
right. No.
Huh? 17th, baby.
Hey,
Hey.
Hers is the
hey.
Yo. Hey. Ho.
You're all a bunch of losers. You're all a bunch of losers. You need to be Aquarius.
Roger, what's your sign? What's
He's
your
such a
sign, Roger?
hater.
I said,
He's a hater sign.
I'm not. Gemini and Cancers are the hater signs. I am Aquarius. That's a great
Okay.
sign.
It is. My mother was an Aquarius.
Yes,
Yeah,
Aquarius.
yeah. I give you a little. I'll give you a little token credit.
Yeah,
I think.
All right.
So, Gemini and Cancers are like the,
No, we're not haters. We're lovers.
I'm
We're
gonna-
lovers.
Yeah. No. Okay, wait, hold on. I'm gonna prove it right now. Legalize the herd.
I agree with you on that. They do need
No,
to
no,
be.
I just want to hear the hater. Go ahead.
Oh.
See, look, she can't even comment.
I got your back.
Wait,
Doc.
you know
I
what?
take it. I take it for you.
I actually had a massage with CBC, whatever that is, and I
CBD.
broke out in hives,
Oh,
big
Jesus.
time. So I'm serious. So
Yeah,
no,
that was psychosomatic.
I don't like the CBD either. I tried something, a gummy or something, and it just hit my body. I felt like I was like, oh no, this is
Listen, I tried the gummies too.
I don't like it.
The edibles. I did. Because I was in some serious pain, and my boys. said,
Yes,
really need to
that's
try
what I
it,
tried it for.
right? And so I tried it, but it left an aftertaste. I was like, I'm not doing this no more. So I didn't have it anymore.
You know what I try?
The herb.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we have a couple more minutes to talk to you a little bit, and this is like some great stuff that you're talking about health. A lot of people see you was diagnosed with MS. I was diagnosed with another illness, and I went to start eating good foods. Right, I can't really do the sustained exercise anymore because I don't have the ability to do that anymore.
Okay.
But I do try to throw the baseball with my son. But that's some activity, but not a lot.
Right. Well, it counts.
No, I understand that. So going back, the reason why I'm asking all these questions is for people to understand that there are a lot of illnesses out there that you, like John said, you go back to the earth. Dr. Sabi says go back to the earth. And that's why you're so important that people get to know, yes, MS might eventually come and take what it needs to take from you, right? Or my illness might eventually take me out. But in the meantime, we have all, thanks be to God, added more to our lives, right?
Exactly.
What it is that we can do. So people need to understand that eating right, and proper exercise.
Exactly.
Losing weight is important. You don't have to keep the weight because having the weight causes problems, causes additional health issues. But again, you don't want to be, what do you call it? When you get too skinny, anorexic, right?
Oh, yeah.
That's not the level you want to get to.
Right.
But you also want to know to eat. Go to your Trader Joe's or have your little garden in the back.
Yep. Your local farmer's market, produce junction.
Get out and walk around the block.
Yes.
You need to do. Get out, walk around the block, do 3 or 4, as many as you can around the block, come back.
Yes.
Smoothie.
Yep. Or have your nice salad, a nice grilled chicken. I make it real quick. Mango chicken salad, grilled chicken. Throw it on some spinach, some romaine lettuce. Cut up a mango. Boom. Add some rice vinegar or some balsamic vinaigrette. I mean, real quick, easy meals.
Kaja, you are, you're a godsend because I hope people are listening. What you went through, you were able to not only maintain, but far exceed the expectation that maybe others had for you. So you just keep on doing what you're doing, and we thank you for all the wisdom and the knowledge, but most of all the determination that you exude and provided for our listeners tonight. So I look forward to speaking to you in the future and continue on your journey, that positive journey. And I want to read that book when it comes out.
Yeah.
I know. Listen, working on it.
Before I forget, Kaja, a colleague, a principal, who's a principal of a school, asked me immediately asked for your contact for you to speak to your staff. As a matter of fact, he asked for the judges today, so he will reach out to you. All right.
Okay. Thank you.
How do we get in touch with you? I'm sorry.
That's exactly what I was going to ask her.
I was trying to find somewhere I could type. I can type it to you, and I guess you can share
Andre,
it.
you could just say it, and Andre will type.
Okay. So it's okay. So my socials are at ENsyde Out, which is, I believe, under my name is ENsydeOut LLC, just like it is under next to my name there. I'm on Instagram and Facebook, and my website is www.ENsydeOutLLC.com, spelled the same way. ENsydeOutLLC.com.
And when somebody goes to that website, what are they seeing?
They're seeing my products. They're seeing my bio, my story, how to contact me. I have ebooks, like plant-based ebooks, things like that.
Gotcha. All right. So we got to take a look at it, and let's, get.
But I ask that you definitely follow my socials, follow my journey, and let's talk. I love to engage with my, my supporters.
All right. Absolutely. Absolutely. So thank you for joining us right here in the village. It was a pleasure.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you so much.